Zentangle is a meditative art form that is a relaxing method of creating abstract art using structured patterns. It teaches and focuses on being mindful and present. Zentangle requires no artistic skills. Hello, I'm Sandhya, an artist and a certified Zentangle teacher. In this channel, we talk about creating and practicing Zentangle, my own Zentangle inspired artworks and art collectibles. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any videos that we post every Tuesdays and Fridays. Welcome to yet another Zentangle Mini Project. Today's focus tangle in our Focus Flight series is called DEMI by Genevieve Crabe. DEMI is a stunning grid-based tangle that can be used as a filler tangle. For today's project, I'm going to use DEMI in a slightly different way along with one other tangle. Okay, for today's project, I am going to work on a white square tile with a black pen, pencil and stub. So go grab your supplies and let's get started. So here we are with our supplies. I have my white square tile, my pencil, stub, 0.8 micron and 0.1 micron. So let's get started with our focus tangle DEMI. So for today's session, we're going to use DEMI as a border tangle. So what I want you all to do is make a dot really close to the edge of the paper. So just make your dots really close to the edge of the paper and join it. So I only want a little teeny tiny bit of white to show through as the border. Like that. So I'm joining the dots with freehand. Okay. So now I'm going to again make my dots somewhere away from the corners. So make sure I have enough space there. Okay, so now I'm going to join the dots freehand, and I'm also going to make it a little crazy, so it's not going to be a straight border. So something like that. Okay, so now I'm done with my string. Now I'm going to take my 0.1 micron and I'm going to ink my lines, both the outer border and as well as the inner border. So both the borders we're going to ink it. So let's go ahead. So I just finished inking my outer border. Now I'm going to do the inner border. So now that I have inked the inner border as well, I'm going to go ahead and make another aura line right next to this inner border. So inside I'm just going to make a line that really goes close to this previous line. So just take your time, go really slow and make a line that goes really close to this existing square. So now let's start with DEMI. I'm going to section the border with squares. So here's how I'm going to do. So DEMI is basically a grid tangle but we are using it slightly different here on our tile. So go ahead and just connect this and this to make a square here at the corners. So now that I have the squares at the corners, now I know I have this is a space where I can have my squares. I can divide the space into squares, so probably going to add 1, 2 and 3 lines, so then I get about 4 squares in between the corner squares. So let's do that. So I added 3 lines, so let's go ahead do that on this side as well. So 1, 2 and 3. So let's repeat this. Okay, and don't worry if your squares are not of the same size. You can see I have something small here and big here, and even this shape doesn't really look like square, but that's okay. That's the fun. So now I'm gonna add a diagonal line like this. So I'm going to repeat this in all my squares, so they're all going in the same direction. Okay, so I'm still continuing in this direction. So when you're rotating your tile, just be careful or just be aware of the direction of your lines. That's it. So I'm done making my diagonal lines. Now we are going to make a square inside the square. So we're going to make an inner square where this diagonal line is going to be crossing along this inner square. So make sure you have your corners placed like that, like this. So I'm going to repeat this on all our squares here. Okay, so I've made squares in each of the sections. Now the next thing that we do is add black. So I'm going to use my 0.8 micron. So we're going to add black. Suppose say I just want to get started on this square. So we add black in this section here. Okay. So take your time to fill the black. Okay, and then we add black in this little triangle. Okay, so we're going to repeat this in all our sections. So start with this. And add black on this section. want to show you how to work on the corners. So here again, so we are basically looking at having black on this side of the tile, basically at the edge of the tile, and not on the inside part of the tile. So for this one, it's going to be black here. Okay. Okay, and we're gonna add black here. Okay, so I'm going to repeat the same thing all across, right? So now how do we do this edge? Do we do black here and here, or do we do black here and here? So the answer, there's no right answer. It's totally up to you. You can choose whichever direction you want to do, and that's totally fine. Okay, so I am going to do it like in continuation of this, and then probably this one would be in continuation of this, and this one would be in continuation of this. So I'm just kind of, you know, making a symmetric transition. So this is going to be filled in, and this is going to be filled in. Yeah, so I'm going to take my time to finish all around. So here I'm all done with my demi. Now let's get to the inner tangle. So I'm going to do crescent moon in the inner tangle, in the inner section. So I start off with half circles like this. So make a half circle, leave some space, and make another one right here. So again, leave some space. So keep adding your half circles after leaving some space. So there should be some gap between two half circles. So I'm done here. Now inside these half circles we can either fill in black, but I want to add a floral pattern inside, so I'm just making a flower like this, which is kind of half done like that, and then I go back and add black between the petals. So like that. So I'm going to repeat this in each of my half circles. So let's do that. A circle and pods or petals coming out. Okay, so I'm going to finish making my petals and then come back and do the filling. I'm done adding the petals. Now I go back and fill in these gaps with solid black. So let's do that. So here I am, almost done. Just have a couple of sections to be filled in. Okay, so Okay, so now we're done with the black, adding of blacks. So now let's add aura lines to the half circle. So I'm just adding lines like this. Okay, so just keep going. So keep rotating your tile as you go along doing this. Make sure you finish one whole round of adding aura circles to these first set of half circles, and then go about doing the next round. Okay, so now that we're done with the first round, we're going to add our next round of aura lines like this. Okay, so now I am on my third round. Okay, so let's go ahead. Now I don't have much space, so I'm just going to go over this line a bit and then come here, and again I'm going to join onto this line. Okay, so now I'm going to start my next line somewhere here and come down here and start this like this, and I don't have space, so I'm just going to end it right there. So here's where it gets a little tricky, but it's fun. Okay, so I keep landing at this intersection. Okay, so just keep repeating this, keep going. Okay, and remember to keep rotating your tile as you go along. So you see now I don't have space here, so I'm just going to end it, and this kind of ends right there. Now it's just few of the circles that we will be working with. Okay, again now this ends here, so aura lines for this ends now, and similarly we're gonna end. So at the end we might not have all of our half circles that we started out with, and that's okay. So now this ends. So I keep going as far as I can go until I have no more room to make any lines. So here we go, our crescent moon. So we're done with our pen work. Now let's get to pencil shading. I like the way this depth is created with these lines being connected. So I'm just going to emphasize on that with my pencil. So we'll just make it more intense. Okay, so just make your pencil mark right on that joining of the pen lines. Okay, so now I'm just going to blend it. So I'm just going to go over it. So I'm just emphasizing that depth that is being created. There you go. So this is done. Now for demi, we are just going to go around on this side of the border. Okay, so just make your pencil. Okay, so now I'm going to just blend this out gently. I make sure that I don't get my graphite into that border space. So very carefully go around, smoothing and blending your grays. So I have my last section. So there you go. I like the depth that crescent moon creates, and I like this nice contrast of black and white that demi creates. And this touch of gray really makes it look makes it stand out, which is what makes it interesting. So I'm going to put my initials and sign up my work. So let's put today's date, which is 26th June 2020, and this is our YouTube video focus light series, and our focus tangle is demi, and our other tangle is crescent moon. So there you go. Hope you had fun creating this project with me. I would love to see your creations, so head on to our FB group ZenBeez, where all the after party fun happens. Come share your works there and check out the creations by other ZenBeez. If you're sharing your work on social media, please do tag me at Sandhya Manne or hashtag Tangle with Sandhya. I would love to see your works there. I do an FB live every Friday at 10 a.m. India Standard Time on my page, Sandhya Manne Studio. Do join me and let's tangle together. Now comment below and let me know how you enjoyed this video. That helps me plan out my next set of videos. Also show me some love and hit that like button, share the video and subscribe to the channel. Click on the link Tangle Organizer in the description to sign up and get updates on my upcoming classes, and also to claim your free gift. I'll see you next on String Safari video that will be released on Tuesday. Until then, remember to breathe and smile. See ya. Namaste.